absolutely phenomenal songs. Now, is there just one song that just holds an extra special place in your heart, like for you? Because obviously the fans listening right now, they have so many favourite 1D tunes, but what is the one for you that you're like, either this reminds me of a great time, or I'm really proud of this one?
There's a song called Once in a Lifetime. It's really not one of our biggest, and we've never performed it live or anything like that, but it just really holds a special place for me. And it's more in the lyrics, you know, it was like once in a lifetime, like everything's just right, that moment when everything's just quite right. And being in the band at points, it felt really safe, and it felt a lot like that at a certain point. So for me, that's always been one that I like. If I'm really drunk and I'm playing One Direction songs in the Uber on the way home, that's what I'll listen to.
Liam, we spoke about
He's telling the Uber driver war stories about, I wrote this one, this was me.
I used to be in a band, me. Do you remember like the first impressions you had of like each of the boys when you first got put together? Do you remember that day where you just like, oh, here we go?
Well, I mean, at first, I don't know why, but it was so confusing to me that Niall was from Ireland. Because I just was thinking, how's this going to work? He's from like a whole other country. Like he's not even nearby. Like how is this going to happen? And then I remember we had a conversation straight off the bat that was like, we decided that we would measure each other's height because that's what it would be in photographs of who would be in the middle. Which, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's really, we were so young though, you know what I mean? You don't think you know everything at the time, but, you know, and when we very first got together and went down to Harry's house to rehearse, we hadn't really got the heart to tell each other who should sing what bit or making like cutthroat decisions because everyone's trying to find their place.
Yeah.
So we all just used to sing in unison, which was the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy to be involved in this group of really rowdy boys. For me, I'd never really had that many like loud, like all my mates are quite quiet.
Right.
And then like look at Louis and Zayn together in a room, and gee, I mean, you know, it just used to go off all the time. I remember being in hotel rooms and plates are being thrown out the window and mattresses being down the stairs, and you know, it was really a crazy, crazy time and a lot to get used to. And for my head, at least, I was a bit too grown up in that sense. I needed to kind of grow down and just have a little bit of fun because that's what it was all about. And in the end, that's what everybody, you know, tied in with the band. It was more about this freedom and having fun and like, oh, what would you do if you were in this position sort of thing.